Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The Russians conducted I would say, moderate, massive attack on southern part of Ukraine, which is the Odessa Oblast. And I have here a few articles, one from the Russians, one from the Ukrainians. I'm going to show you a map. They attacked overnight with some drones, and obviously the Ukrainian Air Force was capable of destroying a lot of them, as always. So let's get into this, which let's start with the one from Ukrainska Pravda. And its title is Overnight Attack on Southern Odessa Oblast. Air Force downs 22 out of 25 Shahed drones. So let's see what these guys are saying about the drones, that the Russians, it seems like they use them obviously more than the missiles are cheaper, and it seems this war is a kind of a war of the drones. They play a very important role in this war, and maybe the in modern warfare changed because this war in Ukraine, I think, proves that. The Russians attacked the south of Odessa Oblast using 25 Shahed strike drones, and on the night of 2 to 3 September. Today is the 3rd of September, so they were at work. The Air Force downed 22 UAVs, port infrastructure was damaged, and 2 civilians injured. The Russian invaders carried out several waves of attacks by Shahed strike UAVs from the south and southeast, Cape Chauda, Crimea, and Primorsko-Akhtarsk, Russia, on the night of 2 to 3 of September. 25 strikes were launched, which attacked the southern district of Odessa. The assets and personnel of the Air Force, in cooperation with the Air Force, brought down 20 down to 22 out of 25. The Southern Defense Forces reported that the Russians had once again attacked civilian infrastructure facilities in the Danube region in Odessa. The large-scale drone attack lasted more than 3 hours and a half. Unfortunately, I'm quoting, the port infrastructure was hit, as a result of which a fire broke out, with firefighters promptly extinguishing. Early reports indicate that there are no injured civilians. They were provided with medical assistance. 2 civilians were injured. So this comes from the Ukrainians, and this is what the Russians say about it. So let's go first to the map, so we kind of know where this occurred. This is Crimean Peninsula. This is where the war occurs, right here in this colored area of the map. Then you have Ukraine in the white, and then you have Romania, Moldova here in this kind of yellow. And this is where this is Odessa. They claim it was hit in this area right here. This is the Danube River. Yeah, once it cooperates, right here, this is the Danube River crossing Romania here, and then is the border between Ukraine and Romania. And I saw an article saying that they hit the Reni port right here, right at this corner. It's a port that the Russians hit before. And Ismail, not this time Ismail, but these are the ones that were hit before. Now you see how difficult is this little thing to hit, I think, but with drones it seems to be much easier. And this is for future reference for Rheinmetall, who wants to build a plant right here in this little thing. Here is Hungary, this is Romania, this is Ukraine. They want to build right here, Rheinmetall. And the Russians said, we're going to hit you. I said, well, you can't because of this. You're going to have to cross somehow this NATO Romanian airspace. But with these drones, if you look at them here, it's very complicated, I would say, too. And they did it. But this is much closer than that. I don't think distance is a big factor in these ones, but they have the technology. So Sputnik. Russian drones hit fuel depots of Ukrainian military in Odessa region. So the other ones, those guys said something, this guy said something else. A group strike by Russian drones overnight to Sunday destroyed fuel storage facilities supplying the Ukrainian military in the Odessa region's Reni port. It's the one that I show you right here between Romania, Moldova, and Ukraine. Reni, this is Reni port. So this is Danube. This is where now they bring the grain and it's shipped various ways, train and probably Danube River to probably, I don't have it here in a map to show you, they go down to the Adriatic Sea and then from there to the Mediterranean Sea, from the Mediterranean Sea to wherever ports they want to go to Europe. Don't worry about Africa, and that's just BS that these guys are just giving us. 2% goes from Ukraine to Africa, and all of a sudden Africa to the global south, they say it. 38% goes to Europe. So who do you think is more agitated? And I'm quoting, tonight the Russian armed forces carried out a group strike by unmanned aerial vehicles against storage facilities supplying fuel for military equipment of the Ukrainian armed forces in the port of Reni, in the Odessa region. The strike achieved its target. All designated facilities were hit, the ministry said. During the special military operation, the Russian military has used unmanned aerial vehicles expertly to accomplish tasks without loss of personnel. In June, Ukraine attempted counteroffensive that resulted, okay, we know that little thing how it's so far. The point is the Russians attacked the port of Reni, fuel facilities, but I think it's also grain depots. And why? Because tomorrow, why? One of the reasons, coincidence, tomorrow Mr. Erdogan will meet Mr. Putin in Sochi. And let me show you where that is. I'm going to go to a map here again. Sochi, if you don't know, is right here in this part. So this is Sevastopol, this is Crimean Peninsula, Black Sea. So it's right here. Sochi. This is where they're going to meet. So Erdogan doesn't have to, so they come halfway. Putin comes from Moscow, here, right in this area. So he comes from up here. He flies straight over the territory, comes over here. And the other one just crosses the Black Sea with his boat. So they're going to meet tomorrow, Erdogan and Putin, to discuss the alternate grain, or not alternate, Russia's grain delivery to the world. Because Russia did not impose, how do you call them, they did not create a blockade of the Ukrainian delivery. They don't support it. That is, we're not going to facilitate the safe passage of the ships going over there. You can go at your own risk. There's a war out there, just so you know. And they will inspect ships that go to pick up grain from Ukraine. They will inspect them on the way there to make sure they don't carry military equipment, which makes total logic. And the Ukrainians said the same thing. We're going to consider those ships that goes to Russia as carrying this. And they hit one, saying that it was fuel provided to the Russian military, blah, blah, blah. It was a commercial tanker, not a military. But it's a war. It's going to be murky anyway. So here it is, my friends. 25, 22 down, I think. So again, according to Ukrainians, 3 facilities, 2 people injured. They destroyed facilities. Those 3 drones succeeded in doing so. The Russians said we succeeded. It was a success, our drone attack. So this is it. More to come. No missiles, 0 missiles on this one, according to these 2 sources. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.